Hey everybody, this is David from JVSIO. Today we're back with another video. We're looking over this lovely big red, the EXA cabinet that EXA has put out as kind of a homage to the NEO-GEO US cabs that we used to see in arcades when we were kids. Well, maybe some of you weren't even born then, but yeah, I am joined here by Maddy and Eric from Save Point again. We've got Ray over here from the Texas ShotTakers. This is his first look over EXA at all. We thought this would be a great opportunity to take a look at this cab, talk about it. These are just starting to come out from EXA, and they're getting a lot of attention in the arcade community. Well, not so much the community like the operators, the arcades and whatnot. And you'll probably start seeing these out there a lot. So why don't we get right into it? Eric over here was at IAAPA. I was not, unfortunately. So he has quite a bit more information about these models in particular that I'm not going to have. And I thought it would be good for him to, do most of the talking this time. So I'm going to hand it over to you.
All right. So this big baby is the exA-Arc-1. They are produced in the United States by EXA. They're available at a few different distribution companies, and we'll have links to those at the end of this video. What you see is what you get. Now keep in mind, this is the first batch, so if you notice any weird quirks or anything that's like, these were cabinets that were produced to show them off at IAAPA. So as such, down here, there's just a blank coin door. When you go to open this up, and the keys are actually on the back side of this right now, but when you go to open it up, you've got your test, your service in there. The panel itself, there are a few different configurations of the panel. There's a 1-player version, a 2-player version, there's also a 4-player version. And they've got some really, really neat software for the 4-player unit. So super exciting. That is why this panel is so large. It's about the same size as like an old NBA Jam or Turtles. And that's to make sure that you can fit 4 people
in general. It feels kind of like a hybrid of like the showcase cabs.
Yes.
So it doesn't have like the separate unit coming out front or anything like that. It would fit a smaller, like any of the LCD mods that people did, it would fit a smaller, this fits a smaller LCD, but it looks to be, the playing angle, the size, the position, all of that was kind of thought out in advance for this model. It looks pretty good.
Yes,
and
it's great.
Yeah, I think one thing that I remember being told was designing the cab in a height where both parents can play with their kids without being uncomfortable. And that was one of the things, there was things like that you have to think about when you design a cab like this. And especially since this is an American cab, it's being released to the American audience. This isn't something necessarily that collectors want. It's something that operators want. So in a future video, when they come in, there will be a Japanese cabinet produced, and I will be doing some videos on that. I will be promoting those, importing those, and you'll kind of see the difference between, you'll definitely see the difference between that and this, the size difference, and everything, just because of the audience that it's targeted for. But yeah, you just keep this in mind. If you look at this and you're one of the arcade enthusiasts that watch my channel, this cab isn't necessarily made for you, but there will be. And look forward to that.
See, and you do say that, but there's cheeky things that were done with this cabinet that only arcade enthusiasts are going to pick up on.
Yeah.
There's JST connectors in there, and there's no reason why they had to do that, and we'll take a look in a few minutes, you'll see that. But the way the hardware's lined out, they tested a lot of different monitors for this cabinet, and what they've come up with, it's an LG display, I believe, and it is crisp, it's nice. They also, they made it very easy, like within 10 minutes, you can swap this vertical. And that's really, really important, especially with a Woody. So, imagine the benefits of a Dynamo back in the day. Boom, here it is. Yeah,
well, let's talk more play. Let's set it up and take a look inside and whatnot.
Let's do it.
So, we got 2 games here. I might do a video on the kits. I don't know if I will. Is there
any more fighting games?
Yes, there's, one of these is Samurai Showdown, one of these is Noise. I just picked those up when I was in Japan. I did not bring back the art sets for them because I picked them up in person. But I at least brought back the carts. They're the expensive part, the part that would fit in my suitcase, you know. So we have those two. We're going to use these 2 games to test. And don't you rip that. No, it's got to stay perfect. It's an original kit. It's original wrap. I'm kidding.
Is that Samurai Showdown 5 perfect?
Yes. So I thought you might actually really like to try that out and maybe give some impressions on that.
And so yeah, because we have Samurai Showdown 5 perfect actually that we play on the NEO-GEO. So testing that.
This is different.
Yeah. This is different.
Yeah, this is different.
Yeah.
This has been completely redrawn, rebalanced.
Oh,
like
it's
a complete redo.
Exclusively for this platform.
Brought back a lot of the original people who worked on the artwork.
Yeah.
As well.
Maddie, would you do us the honors of showing everyone that is viewing how to install an exA cartridge?
Because, as we have heard, there are Japanese techs out there that can't even do that.
So yeah, we have to get the key in the front. It's much easier to go to the front than it is to go to the back.
But a real quick look in the back.
Yes.
I mean, you can see this is just a standard LG monitor. And take a look at the model. 32MN 500M-B. Ooh, company secrets. It's like you don't have to go so fancy with commercial monitors. Like that's one of the big discussions that we have in HD cabs is that all the stuff that's been around, there's very few cabs. Like there's the JVSIO here is pretty new, but even like Diamond Blacks, Diamond Oranges that are you know the newest from Taito, or like the Put S3 from Sega, like those are the only modern HD cabs that we have. Everything else is like 10 years old or more. And we're at a point where commercial monitors are going to be as good or better than anything out that anyone can shit out. So there is nothing wrong with just putting a commercial screen in an arcade cab.
I need snips to.
That's just my thoughts on it. So while we're at it,
pop the cartridges in.
Yeah, just pop the cartridges in.
But
I
yeah,
mean,
it's much easier to do.
It's simple. I've looked at exas before. There's just you probably can't even see it, but like
NEO-GEO.
there's just the carts there. Yeah, we've looked at these before, so that's not a big deal. Go ahead and pass on over those carts, plug them in. We don't need to see that. Do we have power run up?
Yes, there's a power.
Cool. We'll get that hooked up and get this started. This button's stuck here. Is this still open or?
I have it latched, but we'll pop it up to fix this button.
Yeah. Grab my coffee,
please. And that'll actually give us a chance to look at the wiring inside that I was talking about. Great, thank you.
So yeah, the JSD connector thing is very cute. You can look at this, and this is, I would assume actually, and I shouldn't assume, that that's actually just a regular Sega wiring. Like it's using the Sega wiring. There's no reason not to. Oh, no, actually, let me look at that. Is it Sega wiring?
I don't think so.
If it's 4x3, it is. Yeah, it's 4x3.
Oh, I thought you meant like the harness itself. I think they built their own harnesses.
Well, no, they do, but like I'm saying is I think it uses the same. So where's the kicks go? Because there is not enough on here for kicks.
No,
unless up, down, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh,
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, it isn't. You have up, down, left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it is.
Yeah, it's good.
Is that 4x3? It's 4x3.
Yeah. Or 4x3, whatever.
5, 6.
4.
Oh, it is. Okay, it just for some reason it looks like those aren't popped. Yeah, no, that looks like just standard Sega or expanded Sega wiring, maybe, or at least close. But you know, I wouldn't see why you would change that much up anyway.
Yeah.
Support exA V1. Okay, go ahead and plug this in. We'll take a look. So unfortunately, we don't have on us like everything that's on here. I'll change this art out at some point, but I'm assuming this is just what they ran on it in the show.
At IAAPA, yeah.
So this came off the floor at IAAPA. I wanted to get this over here both to get a look over it, promote it, and this cabinet will also be available on the market. What's the retail price on this? Do you remember?
I would have to double check.
Yeah, I'm not sure right now. I'd have to double check as well. But
that's something we can throw in the video description.
Yeah, this is probably going to go to cons for a while. More than likely, I'm gonna long-term be running the Japanese cabs for events and whatnot, but I'll probably be keeping a couple of these. We're kind of talking and doing business, and we might be, you know, having these available where you can pick them up off the show floor, you know?
All right, Maddy's gonna power it up for us.
Oh, I should have brought over the format. I won't worry about it. But yeah, so nothing special with like the system itself, but I will get Ray over here to play some Samurai Showdown and get some impressions if one of you wants to join as well. We might as well make this video about all of it, because I'm not going to get a chance to... I'm actually probably not going to do a video full breakdown of those kits, so it'll just double up with this.
One day, creatures called noise beasts attacked our world. The only way to defeat them...
So, here we go. We've got that. Let's start out with Samurai Showdown. Perfect. Since that's going to be something that, like, all of you are more familiar with. And we can kind of talk about the cab, the game, while we're at it.
Let's get into the test menu real quick. Put it on free play for us.
Was it not on free play at the show?
I think it loses the settings. You're in the IO test?
Yeah, IO test. Oh, hold start. Okay. So while we're at it, I guess I wanted to... Some of the game settings. Someone had asked, because when someone heard that I had this, they mentioned, does it have blood? Well, there you go. Let's leave this on for this video. Just to avoid COPA, I always mark these as not for kids anyway, so yeah, it doesn't matter. I cuss, I show blood, whatever, you know. That is Game Sorrow. We're not... Yeah, whatever. Anyway, go ahead, have some fun with the game.
Yeah, I think because it was a new cartridge.
Can you shove it on here?
Well, no, those. Oh, that's right. Oh, well, yeah. Oh, yeah. I think it is by game, isn't it? Yeah. And you're right. This is a new cartridge.
So if you'll notice, the bezel area where you would normally, you know, have a cutoff on a 4x3 screen is replaced with high-resolution artwork, and they had that commissioned by the original artist for the series, so it's freaking amazing.
Yeah, and the limited edition for this, by the way, the, you know, with or without the console, actually had options to pick a standee out of the entire character roster, which is disgusting. Can you imagine having to pick one out of like 28 characters or something for your limited edition?
They don't still have it available, do they?
I think, I'm not sure. I'll check on the website after, but like, you know, I mean, you can buy the game anytime, but the limited edition, I'm not sure.
Another thing worth noting, a lot of the EXA software has a scanline feature. It can be disabled, but I actually really like it. I think it was done
really
very,
nice.
very well, and I am a CRT guy.
Especially things that are ported from this era. I mean, and I don't know if you probably didn't see it from before, but like you come close, you can tell. It looks like you're playing on a really sharp CRT. It looks great. And just a reminder, like, the EXA is designed to run up to 4K. That's not something that any other hardware does, and I don't think any other hardware will.
Is there anything that we should go over about the EXA system itself, like the platform?
I think we've gone over all of that in previous videos, but like if you've got it, we can go for it.
Other than I think it is the best platform that has come out in the arcade industry in the last 10 years, the most accessible by far. I'm really, really excited to see where it goes. I believe in it, and there's some really cool stuff in the works. So, you know, stay tuned, definitely give them a follow. They're on all sorts of different social media.
Yep, and I'll put all the links in the description as well.
Awesome.
But yeah, let's take a quick break, look over a couple things, and we'll come back. We'll go over Samurai Spirits a bit more. Take a look at noise and kind of wrap up any notes that we have about the cab. We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. I just oh, I didn't realize that Bill was in this. Anyway, I haven't played Noise yet, and so this is my first little sojourn into that. So I wanted to give it a try, but after this, we'll kind of talk about some of our impressions.
Arcade.
And stuff with the cab. Stuff like, one thing to notice is that they're using American buttons like bat tops, concave buttons, stuff like that. Okay.
Select your first song.
But, you know, of course, like the Japanese cabs are going to be like Sama buttons and joysticks and stuff like that. But, so if you're not familiar with Noise, this was developed by like people in the rhythm game community, and it's on Steam, right? Yeah, it's from Steam. So it's just really good to see this in the arcade version. You've got, you know, pretty good selection of songs there, and you see some pretty familiar names in there. I'm just gonna pick something at random, just to support our good man Bill. We will play one of his songs. I'm just gonna jump right into it. I play rhythm games and play shmups. I should be okay. I have no idea what any of these are, so I'm going to just go with whatever. Looks like there's a lot of options, which is cool. So.
Initializing.
I have no idea what I'm doing. But this is supposed to be a rhythm-based shooter. Oh, okay, I see it. There's a timer ring. Or a ring around the character. You might have to actually tell me what I'm doing.
You want to hit button 2 to switch between light and dark?
Alright, there we go.
Failed.
Yeah, no, I probably should have done the tutorial. I'll do the tutorial. Or it's actually too late for that now. But, yeah, I guess run it by me for me. Run.
Okay, well, have you ever played Rating Silvergun or
Toggle
Yep.
flash.
Okay, so same general mechanic.
Noise initializing.
So right now you're shooting the, I guess it would be the red and black ones. Or not that you're shooting, you are, words are hard.
I'm a hardcore maniac.
So you want to switch with, I believe it's the button 2? There you go.
Overflow.
This does seem like a harder one.
Stage failed.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I really should have played this on Steam first to kind of get used to it, but maybe if you know what you're doing, I'll pass it over.
Only a little bit. I was going to say, I've only had a chance to play Noise in its initial conception. A lot of the people that worked with me on Pumped Up Infinity went on to make Noise, so it's really, really, really cool to see it in the arcade. And I'm so proud of the team.
Yeah.
So let's see what's new.
I'll try normal.
Blaster style. Toggle flash. Noise initializing.
See, and I failed too.
Yeah. I think I will come back to this and play the game a little bit before I
Try this once.
You want to give it a try? Yeah, go for it.
I want no judgment.
Yeah.
For
Well,
either of us.
unfortunately, there's going to be judgment because we decided to do a video, I guess, without too much familiar. Yeah. We'll come back.
Let's see who. Let's
Did you end up, so did you getting any answers about, Samurai Spirits?
Not yet. I'm working on it though.
Yeah.
Select your first.
I kind of wanted to get a little bit more of the information on like what the changes are, and kind of talk about that. I might actually do that when we get back to the house, or you know, I might set it up on one of the other cabs or something.
Razor tongue. Toggle flash. Noise initializing.
So the timing is the ring around your character there.
Stage failed.
Yeah, so you do have to at least be firing. But you know, I'll come back to the game when I know a little bit more about the game itself. Other things that I thought about was so this I/O board here. Actually, someone want to bring over a light? Light. So the I/O board is something that hang on. Light. We need a light. The I/O board is something that they've developed in-house, and we're kind of they're designing this to be like a drop-in for a lot of cabs. There's a version that works in the Molex. They've done a lot of work to develop these to be as low latency as possible. They're pretty cool. Looking forward to seeing these come out, and I'll probably be doing a video on these later, but I did want to point this out as one of the interesting things, you know, features in this cab. These IOs you're going to start seeing more in other stuff. So like for a replacement for a Noir or a Molex, or like stuff like the Namco Blanc doesn't have this cap here that that Dragon Ball comes in doesn't have an IO at all. So they're working on making these IOs so that you know, those cabs can be, you know, given a new life. In a future video, we're probably going to be talking about giving a new life to a lot of these older junk cabs and whatnot, and refresh them, get them into a state, you know, and release and get them back out on the market with exas and stuff like that. Also, interesting note up here, this is where you would put a second IO board for the player 3, player 4. Because there are a couple exa games that are 4-player. Like when I was out there, I played P47 Aces, which I didn't realize they made a 4-player version of it, which is really cool. Other things, Eric had mentioned, you know, that you can very quickly rotate the monitor. So just to look at, you know, here, it's nice that they put the label on there that says vertical orientation, because we have seen a lot of operators, you know, they'll rotate the monitor the other way. And, you know, many times in the settings, like I think even the exa has it, you know, where you can set it to rotate the other way, but like there's a general consensus on the right way to rotate. And a lot of operators don't follow it, they don't know or care or whatnot, so yeah, that's cute. Let's see, what else? Some nice quiet fans there. None of these huge, overbearingly loud fans that you normally see on machines.
Stage failed.
So, but yeah, anything else? Eric, come back.
Select your final song.
But yeah, no, like the idea, let me find, for example, like this Molex that we have here. You know, it's in rough shape. It comes in like this. The monitor's dead. We want to drop exA-IOs in them. Put you know, put a new monitor and get a process. And you know, these cabs can easily see a new life running exa like these here. But yeah, any final comments on this before we break for the time being?
Gosh, I have nothing but good things and excitement to say. You know, like I said earlier, I love the platform. I'm so happy that the company's making a large push to get them out in the United States. Now think about that. Think about how small the amusement industry, specifically the coin-op industry, has shrunk since, oh my god, the 2000s? Like, I've been going to these shows for 15 years, and I've watched the coin-op section shrink and shrink and shrink, and COVID cut that again in half. So to see EXA come out with this machine in the United States and be making this push, it needs to be embraced.
Yeah.
And they're doing it right. That's the wonderful part about it.
Yeah, and that's really big because I was gonna say, like, you will see in the next 2 years the landscape in Japan is going to change a lot. And like, I can't really comment too much on my thoughts on that right now, but it's gonna change a lot. We're gonna continue to see that drop in these games that are out there. You're gonna see a push for cranes and redemption, and that's largely it, you know. So yeah, when we're talking about refreshing and getting these things working, stuff like the Blanc here, I'm gonna see if I can't.
You can kind of get to it.
Yeah, kind of get to it, but I know I did a video on these a long time ago, but like it's these caps. These can't run anything else. There's no I/O. There's no place to put it. There's no harness. So these cabs, they come in and they're useless. They go in the trash, or nobody wants to buy them. It's kind of our job to save and refresh these cabs, and they know it's just very, very heartening to see that a company out there like EXA is doing the same thing. So, you know, say what you will about, you know, a lot of people in the community have a lot of things to say about EXA, or, you know, just and whatnot, but they aren't the ones that are, you know, put into the position to try to save what we have, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, and you know, I like all this stuff. This is a business. I make, you know, obviously I make money off of this and whatnot, but if nobody's doing this, you know, what happens to half of this stuff?
I think there's a big difference between a business driven by monetary gain and a business driven by passion. And obviously, SavePoint and GameSaro are both businesses that our push is passion, our push is preservation.
And Texas ShotTakers too, you know?
Yeah. And
it's all passion.
EXA, same deal. So
at any rate, that's I think all we've really got to say on the cab itself, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I think I'll cut it there. I'm gonna go home. I'll get this back onto and actually I'll probably play it on my vertical cab at home, but I'm gonna switch this over and actually kind of look into noise a little bit more and finish it off by going over that.
Initializing.
If we have more to say about Samurai Showdown as well, I'll do that, but I think really unless you play the game hardcore, you probably won't notice any of the differences or changes and whatnot, so it's kind of not worth it. But, I mean, suffice to say that they just completely revamped the game, and it just shows a really good attention to, you know, the details, stuff like having the blood added, you know, the graphical stuff. Just shows a lot of love. But yeah, I'll be right back, and I'll play some more noise. All right, so it's kind of been a while. We didn't really get a chance to do much more with this video, so we're out here at Level Up. It's the last day, about to wrap up, and we might be sending this cab out to somebody. So I figured we'll kind of just finish up. I picked up this ARC Ninja Man kit, and wanted to give it a quick play before we wrap up. So ARC Ninja Man is one of the budget titles on that Riki put out. It's around 600 or so. Like I mentioned in the Kira Kira Star Night video, I think it's just really cool that they're releasing the budget titles like that, so that the system can have some games that are a lot cheaper. it could definitely fit that realm, yeah. Oh, you were looking. That's right. You were looking at the kid earlier, weren't you? Yeah, I ain't gonna open the box either. I mean, it's just the poster art and all that shit. So.
If I had maybe 3 more things, I could just go.
Ready to die.
I did better. 272.
It's a shame we can't hear any of the music in here. Pretty noisy. They've been doing like really well with kind of my more traditional arcades. I've been really looking at them. I find them pretty cool. Like we've got right now, we decided to run our vertical in this diamond orange. We're probably going to start doing that more often. Like in terms of our shows, we've got a bunch of new versus over there. We're thinking about putting like more players in those, but like all in all, like it's good to see something new like this again.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's been a long time since you've seen just like a traditional new drop, and like the Big Red. Everyone calls it the Big Red. You know, it's like anytime anyone asks me anything, they're like, oh, well, you know, what about that Big Red? So like it's kind of stuck. It's definitely like triggered a lot of people's memories with that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so I think we're going to be sending this out to an arcade in SoCal. I'm going to cut any coverage I've got of it on until then, because I can't really think of anything else to talk about. Just look forward to seeing these out at you know, your local arcade in the future. Support EXA for making games in this day and age when nobody else really is. That's all I really got to say.